Good morning, I'm Reverend Allie Bierman, and you have found Metaphysical Ministry International. Well, what is a metaphysical ministry? Well, there's a difference between religion and spirituality. In religion, basically, it's somebody telling you what to do, what not to do, and they change their minds every so many years. In spirituality, it's the relationship that you have with God, the universe, source, creator, whatever you call the word for that energy that gives life, that brings to us everything for which we ask. So when we're talking about the metaphysical ministry, we're talking about the existence of everything that's out there beyond our five senses. The bigger part of the world, in fact 99% of it, is what we cannot see, hear, taste, smell, or sense with any of our humanness. Metaphysics carries us beyond that so we can experience the total picture and the all-is-oneness. We begin each gathering with a happy share. You know, there are very many thought forms out there. In fact, the overwhelming number of thought forms are about fear, about what's missing in people's lives, about what they don't have. And the more people who think that, the bigger the form gets, the more easy it is for people to plug into that, people who don't want to think, because the fact is 95% of people do not think. I know you're in the 5%, the actual 2% who really does think, because you're here today expanding your mind and deepening your awareness. So when you consciously look for things that make you happy, that give you peace, that let you feel good in your life, you're creating thought forms that change the world, that raise the vibration, the frequency, to a happy level, to a healthy level, to a level where peace can exist. So create that habit in you. People will see your life improve, and they'll want to do what you're doing. And that's how we create a world of cooperation instead of competition, of love instead of envy, of peace instead of fear and resentment. My happy share this week is I got to spend one-on-one time with each of my children. My children are performers and they live in Manhattan, and I only get to see them about once a year, usually, and to spend one-on-one time with them is really, really special because they have incredibly full schedules. So that was a really, really great happy share for me. And this is a week when I get to be the minstrel minister and share a song with you. So recently in my life, people and animals have been transitioning, going to the next plane. Well, what does that mean exactly? Energy can neither be created or destroyed. Where do we go from here? When we transition, leave our bodies, our spirit gets deployed. Where do we go from here? What I know for sure is there's nothing to fear, 'cause nobody ever really dies. The soul lives on through eternity, evolving through many, many lives. People speak of a great white light. They see relatives on the other side, helping them to decide whether or not now is the time to cross the great divide between heaven and earth. Leave the pain for the mirth of freedom from the body, of freedom from all pain. How do we explain? Where do we go from here? Well, now, obviously, nobody knows, but people have experiences. You hear stories of people who've left their body, who can see their body here, and they've gone towards something they describe as a white light. I myself have personally seen the light and felt its power, so there's no way I don't believe in it. But even more than that, when important people and pets have left my life, I feel them come back. I feel their presence. I know that I can ask for them to be here to help me with something, and they are here. Let me give you one very powerful experience. I was with a friend and we were doing energy work together. And when we do energy work on people, we know we're not working alone. There are other entities with us. The people we're working on will tell us, well, I feel your hands up here, only I see that your hands are down there. So I know there's more than just me working on people. Well, my friend was working on me, and she had her hand on her head, and suddenly her hand was pushed away, not by anyone or anything we could see, but another hand took its place on my head. I reached up, and right here I felt my mom's hand. Well, my mom had transitioned months earlier, but I had held my mom's hand the last 3 months of her life, most of the time. I know exactly how her hand felt. So no, we couldn't see her, but she was most definitely there in the room with me, with us. And there have been other similar incidents. So what I know is a spirit is eternal, and it goes on. And we take on human lives because that's the only chance our soul has to grow. We learn the lessons, our soul evolves, and it only happens when we're in human form. So when people say, where do we go from here? I'm not going to tell you I'm an authority. I'm not going to say this is a fact. We go to another plane where there's a white light. I know that's my experience, what I believe. What is your experience? What do you believe? And you know what you believe doesn't really matter, because what happens, happens. And it happens when it does. And we do have input into things like that. I could tell you experiences of how I know that too. And if you're interested, scroll down. Leave me a comment. Tell me what your experiences are, because I want to know how you view your life and your place as a divine spirit having a human experience, and what goes on when we leave this body. In our congregation, we have a tree of life, and on that tree of life are names, and they're names of people and pets for whom I say a special blessing every day. These are people and pets that are still here on this plane, in this dimension, in their physical form. So if you have somebody who you would like to have this extra blessing for every day, what I'm doing is recognizing the fact that we are whole, perfect, divine spirits living human or animal experiences. And any pain or suffering is really just an illusion. And that's what the prayer is all about. And speaking to Spirit, to God, to Creator, to the universe, to Source. Recognizing and asking for forgiveness for seeing the illusion instead of the reality of that spirit. And it helps, the more people doing this, the more help it gives to the person to see themselves and recognize their own divine perfection, so that they can drop the need for the illusion. If you have a name you want to add, go ahead, scroll down below this video, put in that name, it will come to me, I will email you, tell you how to get onto the list, how to put that name on the list. I know I'm moving a bit quickly today, and that's because it's easier to upload videos that are shorter while I'm traveling and have inconsistent internet connections. And also, with this holiday season, I know some of you are just really wanting to take the time to figure out what you're doing for the holiday, to really go within, to see what are your spiritual beliefs. Because there's a difference between this whole materialistic, I have to go buy presents, I have to go to parties, and really centering yourself. Because the most important connection is the one you have with yourself and how you relate with that spirit that gives us life, the one energy, the God force, the life force. So take the time this holiday season, it's more important than ever, to really get clear so you don't get sidetracked or pulled out of your spirituality and into the whole materialistic mentality. Your spirituality is in here. It's within. And you'll never find it in a store. You'll never find it in any church or temple or mosque. Your spirituality is your personal belief. And no one can tell you what you believe, what you experience. Getting ready to close, I want to know, is there something for which you want us to hold a space for you? You see, many people believe that prayer is asking, oh God, will you please do this for me? Will you give me this new job? Will you give me a different, better home to live in? That's not prayer. That's bargaining. It's supplication. It's begging. Prayer is expressing gratitude for everything that you have now. Because when you look around you, in every single moment, you can find something for which to feel grateful. Unless you're in that habit, it will go by. The more for which you express gratitude, the more the life force wants to give to you, because you're grateful for all that you have. So that's what prayer really is about. It's about expressing thanks for everything you have now. And it's okay to want more. And that's what holding the space for is about. What is the vision you have for yourself that you want to fulfill, that you want to manifest? Go ahead, scroll down, let us know. Because the more people who know, the more people who will envision, who will see, who will imagine you already living in that vision, the faster it will manifest. And it will only manifest when you're at a vibrational frequency that's in harmony with whatever it is. So if you want love in your life, the first thing you need to do is move yourself to a place where you're giving love, where you are love, where you're raising your frequency up there. And it will just come to you. You don't need to do the how or figure it out. You just need to know what you want. And each week I've been asking you to hold the space for me to have beautiful weather on my travels. And I've been having really, really wonderful weather. I did have one short trip where we ran into rain, but I was only in the rain for a couple of minutes. So I appreciate your holding the space for me to continue to have beautiful weather. And this week, if you could give me that beautiful weather, you can't give it to me. Only the force can. But hold the space for me enjoying beautiful weather as I actually take a vacation with a friend. I don't take vacations very often, and I'm really looking forward to spending this week with beautiful weather, allowing us to do what we want to do, because part of it's outdoors. Thank you for joining me here today. Enjoy a most wonderful week. Connect with your spirit and with the All is One. Blessings.